Greetings everyone, and Great here with another couple Heroes 2 replay straight from the live games lobby. Spawn on top right side as the blue Fearstorm Doctrine, we have Friedrich. Spawn on the south side as the red Guard Motor Coordination Tactics, we have Energy-B.
Assembled and ready. Scout vehicle ready.
Wagen to Volkskundeers, got conscript, just conscript opener. When it comes to bulletins, we do have the two good bulletins. I think actually maybe the 5% faster cooldown, maybe even better than the 2% cooldown and reload. We do also have cheaper landmines, which is always quite nice. If you want to spam out landmines, especially with Doctrine here where you don't really have a big munition sink,
Grenadier ready for action.
maybe a good idea to go for a second combat engineer so you can place down more landmines. OKW tends to have a bit harder time for landmines since they have to build minesweepers on their much more valuable Sturm Pioneers rather than a cheap Pioneer. And with the Fearstorm Doctrine, you can actually go for Mechanized HQ since the Opal Blitz does act as a ambulance. It does cost less manpower than ambulance, but costs twice the amount of fuel, from 10 to 20. So we may see a Mechanized HQ play, but it's honestly, most of the time I still just see Battle Group HQ, even with this doctrine. I think people forget the fact that this can act as an ambulance. Sturm Pioneers kept the fuel sector. We have a secondary Sturm Pioneer being blown in field, which is unusual. I think it's because he's going to be eyeing for the Flamme Warfers. The 35th edition Flamme Warfer. This map's also probably not great for flamethrowers. A little bit too wide open. Sure, combat engineers is always fine to get flamethrowers because they're cheap, but for much more expensive Sturm Pioneers, maybe not so much. And this Sturm Pioneer is getting ripped apart. He needs to fall back. He's getting hit by 3 conscripts. That Sturm Pioneer got ripped apart. Go if I can capture this sector there. Needs to go with the VP next. Is that sector in supply? Looks like it is in supply. Yeah, it does get connected through here. This is the VP sector there. Conscripts looks like an eyeing for some sandbags. A lot of sandbags. Volks and Sturm Pioneers pushing forward. No cover for the conscripts. Some light and heavy cover behind them. Sturm Pioneers should maybe eyeing for this bit of heavy cover there. They'll be within point blank, but at least deny his opponent's point blank. Sturm Pioneers nice and close, pretty healthy as well. Needs to make sure not try to focus squad right, engage the squads there because right now it's still pretty outnumbered. Sturm Pioneers engaging this squad there quite nicely. Tez takes some damage to the Sturm Pioneer. Volkskundeers are plenty healthy. Wagen is providing some decent fire support. And as conscript gets back inside this garrison, there's only have one window firing. That's not a good garrison to fight from. Volkskundeers and conscripts not getting close range. He does fall back now. Gonna get good win there by the OKW player. The 2-man Sturm Pioneers might have some trouble fighting until they get reinforced. We can have some more Volks into SW's half track. He does have enough fuel for Mechanized HQ.
Red Army at your service.
He has a bit of munitions saved on up. He got for a Flamme Warfer or maybe some landmines. I'm gonna claim the land. After all, that's the word. Land is mine. Speaking of which, we do have a landmine here. Volks are building some sandbags there. Fuel sector captured. A late Maxim being put on field. Interesting. That can be quite decent. Planted on this Panzer IV carcass and let it grow. It may grow into a Dishka. Most likely not.
Ready for
We do now have the SW has track going for a forward battle group HQ.
Begin conversion.
That's sort of interesting. You can always go, if you ever need to get another healing back home, you can always go for a Opal Blitz as a backup plan. Costs a little less manpower, and I think less fuel as well, because half track itself is what, 10 fuel? Battle Group HQ, how much is that the base cost of it? Is it 15? Either way, if he loses the Battle Group HQ, he can always replace it with Opal Blitz. And if he gets overran and not eye for the forward retreat point, you can always get this backline healing as opposed to combined with the frontline healing. Both Grenadiers mixed behind the light and heavy cover right there. Maxim firing away. Vampires facing push their way forward. With 6 men, they should be able to overrun the conscripts no problem. But if there's only 4 men there, that would be another story. This one Pioneer squad needs to fall back. Now, may get wiped on out there. Conscripts retarget. He's not on the squad wipe. He just want to make sure in the fight. He does not win the fight. He may get wiped out. Conscript's not hitting this Strum Pioneer. And looks like the Conscript squad will also manage to escape on out of there. Strum Pioneers should just stick behind light cover and engage. Don't try to charge their way forward. It's too much open ground. But there's actually a bit of light cover there. You can actually hide. Maxim fire away, hitting these Volksgunners quite hard. Those Volks should just fall back. Strum Pioneers fall back as well, down to 1 man. Needs to fall back. Possibly gets wiped out by the Maxim. Has no targets for him to hit. Now he has a target hit. It gets wiped out. He would retreat that back early as the Volks were getting hit. The Strum Pioneer could have lived, plus had more health to run through the gauntlet. Volks getting back into some heavy cover there. Grenades been thrown. Got these forces pushing forward. Volks still suppressed. Guards rifle pushing forward. Take a long time for them to plink down the Battle Group HQ. No time to finish off the Kupelwagen. Nothing on the build queue for the OKW player right now, so I'm not sure what he's eyeing. These squads do get suppressed there. Flamethrower or incendiary grenade has been thrown on top of Maxim. Not really hitting the gunner too well, I believe. Good frag grenade there. Yeah, I don't think... Yep, he does get the gunner and that man there, but he should be subsiding soon. And there goes Kupelwagen. Gets MP40 Volks upgrade. And since it's no longer supply, he can't get reinforcements. The sector's not captured. But with the Volks Grenadiers, he needs to retreat back this guy. He's sealed up, no reinforcements. MP40s and Strum Pioneers push way forward. These guys are both getting suppressed. Smoke grenade thrown by the MP40 squad.
Ready! Let's go! MG-34 squad is ready for
Strum Pioneer does fall back. MP40 squad push way forward. No frag grenade available since it's on cooldown. Getting hit there. He will flank the Maxim. He's trying to displace the Maxim. Doesn't get wiped out, but does at least force him back. If he would not immediately retreat back the squad, he could have got the wipe on the Volks. Either way. Volks Grenadiers are not capturing the sector. When if he's going to keep it forward like that, he should be trying to capture the sector. Volks Grenadiers should just eye for this. He doesn't heading for the heavy cover. That may be a safer spot. I can't tell. Stay in the back or in the front and behind cover is better. But now capture the sector. And the Soviet player has great fuel control. He has enough fuel to both to tech up straight to tier 4, and I think he has a manpower for as well. He should eye to tech up at least to tier 3. Could eye for T-70. or SC-76 could help him siege down the battle group HQ. Viking gain salvage, going for another SWS half-track, maybe aim for the sheer panzer quarters in this region. The OKW player has been maintaining this fuel sector, so is able to get some fuel income, but still far behind his opponent. Guards do flank the MG-34. Oops, knocked over a can. SW's half-track now deploying the field, pushes way forward somewhere. Conscripts falling back. Building tier 3 now, going straight to tier 4, also getting the 7-man squad upgrade. He has plenty of munitions for it.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory. Mortar team reports ready for combat.
120mm mortar now deploying the field. That can be quite nice. He still has plenty of manpower and fuel for
Losing territory.
our landmine detonation over here. He still has plenty fuel and manpower to get his tier 4 structure up. In fact, if he would not deploy out the 120mm mortar, he may be able to deploy out immediately a T-34-76 with that manpower. Because right now, taking out the tier 4, he has enough fuel for a T-34-76. By the time it's built, maybe T-34-85, but I think a 76 would be better at this point in time since it has better anti-infantry. STG is now pulling a field. Sheer panzer quarters now being upgraded. Deployed a little bit too close. If one goes down, likely both will go down. But also does mean he has some protection for his reinforcement point. Stone Pioneers trying to repair up the battle group HQ now. Conscripts and guards engaging the grenadiers. Good frag grenade there from the MP40s. And now the conscripts here are suppressed by the MG34. The Lag is being put on the field, which help engage the Maxim. 120mm mortar barraging down the machine gun squad. Does reload. Next round's going to hit hard. Nope, it rains wide. Good hit there.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Ooh. Did the medics die? Nope. While the medics will generate overtime for free, he still needs those medics. Good barrage there. Lag has been deployed. Going for another lag.
We now stand at 300 points.
Mission accomplished.
Sector has been captured on up.
Ranged weapons. You know, I keep hearing how more battles are being fought at shorter ranges. Contact! Infantry! Machine guns!
Good hit there onto the machine gun. I've got these forces push way forward. Maxim firing away. Mortar firing another round. Smoke mortar or smoke grenade.
Ready for action.
Flag. Rolls incendiary, firing a incendiary barrage onto the 120mm mortar, which does reveal what doctrine's gone for. I suppose the MP40's dead as well. T-34-85 now pulling a field. His opponent has no AT asset on the field. He needs to cancel that lag and go for a Volcanowerfer. I suppose he actually does have enough manpower right now for a Volcanowerfer as well, but needs some reinforcements. A third lag is not a good idea, and also especially most so in a 1v1. 2v2s it can work fine, or 3v3s, but you know, 1v1 probably not all too well. That is way too much manpower synced into lags. HT-34 firing away against the guards. Rear transport is firing away.
Target vehicle marking available.
Ooh, good hit there. Annihilates the entire squad and destroys the gun itself. And that little crater is a nice little hole. A shallow grave for all the men. It really is a shallow grave for them. Oh god. German Pioneers reinforce. Fires Panic shot. Panic is a soft counter, not a hard counter. It's hardly even soft counter in my opinion. Searching for something a little bit more heavier than a standard medium tank. This has what? Takes 5 shots or 6 shots to kill with an AT gun. A lot more from 120 damage Panzerschreck. Got it there. I mentioned the coaxial and hull-mounted machine gun pretty good against infantry. There's another hit there. Maybe we'll just actually focus on the Battlegroup HQ and not reinforce them, so you're more likely to kill that off. Make sure just the hull-mounted machine gun fires away, because the hull-mounted machine gun and the coaxial machine gun are actually pretty good on the T-34s and the KV-1. Conscript's now falling on back. We do now have a Katusha now on the build queue. Which I suppose, against triple lag, that's going to be pretty useful. You may not realize the opponent has triple lag just yet. He probably realized he has double lag. I don't know if he saw the 3 lags.
Conscripts here.
Battlegroup HQ is not destroyed, as like I mentioned beforehand. He does have a backup plan, and probably be a good idea to go for the Jagdpanzer. Panzer IV will have a bit more trouble versus the T-34-85, but it's also a little bit more of RNG fest. The T-34-85 has deceptively low armor pen, based on my experience, especially for the versus the higher armor targets such as the OKW Panzer IV. And I don't think he should really save up for a Panther. I think he should eye for just the Jagdpanzer. Because right now, he's still lacking any appropriate anti-tank asset. I don't really count Panzerschrecks or Panzerfaust as a anti-tank asset. At least single Panzerschrecks. Katusha barrage somewhere. Oh, that's a good spot. It's a lag a little bit. The scatter is quite scatterous. Looks like the barrage was generally fired around this sector. Lag took some hits there, but if the medic's still alive, he can get healed on top. 120mm mortar firing somewhere.
Archers have pinpointed the enemy and are prepared to saturate them with fire.
Panzerfaust does not fire. Won't get the engine snare either way. Panzerfaust firing. And good hit there. Howdy. Volksgrenadier is now falling back, but now this Volksgrenadier is here.
Waiting for your command. There are no cowards here. Men have arrived.
That is waiting for orders. Ready for orders.
Waiting orders. We have
Got some units back here, healed up, reinforced, push way forward.
Yes, comrade.
He can always use the vehicle crew self-repair ability. He does have combat engineers nearby, but he has 500 manpower. Not making usage of this bulletin all too well. Lag's running now a little bit far. I see barraging. Nope, it's so auto attack. Oh no, that actually may be force fire to the ground. Not sure. Katusha barrage firing away. Splashing down this lag. He does get some hits there.
Fire! Return fire!
We now have a Panther on the build queue, which will help engage the T-34-85. Soviet player might as well save up for another T-34-85. Needs what, another minute's worth of fuel? Roughly, yeah. And the Cosco squad being forced back there. It does get a suppression on the Volks. Oh, we got the rocket barrage, 28 centimeter rocket barrage. It does take out the Maxim, hitting the 120 millimeter mortar a little bit as well. He will not be wiped out. He does take out the Maxim entirely. Panther moving around. Got it actually hit there on the conscript. Does receive a pen there from the Zis. Okay, good splash hits there on the conscript, forcing back. Do we see this? We don't see the 7-man squad yet. He has plenty of munitions for it, and then some. So I'd say there's no reason why he doesn't go for the 7-man squad upgrade. Great hits there onto the guards. Guards getting annihilated. The triple leg's actually doing something reasonable now.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Another squad of guards. Against the Panther, an extra round of no DPs on the sky either. Wait. Oh, he lost that guard's entirely, so he wasn't paying attention to it. But here comes the legs, raining some Cindery barrages. One of them did get decrewed by the Katusha barrage. That one was finally in Cindery barrage.
Mission accomplished.
AT gun ready.
In whittled away.
We have enemy contact.
He has to be worried about a command code anymore.
Silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
What? How did that one die? Was he on fire? Running away on fire? He must have been had some sort of dot on him from the incendiary effect. I'm pretty sure the incendiary effect dot is only supposed to be applied to the F area there. Do not got the pulse incendiaries before. Getting a bit damage down to the guards. Frag grenade. Good hits there. Great damage. Does fall back there. The triple legs are just ripping apart anything there. It is doing some decent work. I still think 3 is overkill. 120 millimeter mortar. I'm not for a counter barrage. Well, I should give him a barrage in that general region. Fuchsia could also eye for a creeping barrage, but doesn't have much C1 just yet. Just leads a little bit more. This one's just mediocre. The previous replay I casted was one submitted into me. Katusha barrage now raining on in. Good damage there. Folks gonna just keep ripped apart.
Contact! Enemy fire!
Getting some damage. Panther pushes away forward. An eye for the Katusha, who has not been moved away. Katusha down. And T-5485 is over here. AT gun not recrewed. Generally what I do is, since it's not really a whole large amount of active replays on the code2.org site, I generally just use a spectate. Maybe, as I think some people are starting to upload on Code 2 a little bit more often, maybe I can start getting a bit more of those replays and start mixing them in a little bit, especially in case of if my game does something stupid, like not recognize network connection. Be a good backup plan. But live games are just constant and available. At least for right now, because I had that issue where it wasn't really available due to weird bugs. Either way, we've got now the 5485 taking some damage. Rolls a miss there. S55 here. He does have DPs here, ready to butt in. If I have trouble, he needs to get over here. Good pen there. Oh, and it gets abandoned. Pan structure try to push forward and destroying that. Does get the vehicle button there. Both sides are missing the T-5485, as well as connect with the S-285. Pan structure not really focused on the S-285. Should try finishing this guy off. Maybe charge forward with another Pan's False hit there. Gets a good hit there. Take a couple more pins, take it out. Frag grenade there. He's not dodging. He does dodge. But the T-3485 is existing. And the Soviet player does have access to the vehicle crew repair. He can throw a squad in there and get that repairing. So pretty much all that effort was pretty much nullified due to the abandoned vehicle. Additionally, and he does realize he has the vehicle crew repair with this guy here. Very nice. And hop on in and activate the vehicle self-repair. Activate the vehicle self-repair. He is not... Oh, there it goes. Now it's starting to repair up. Finds a landmine there. After all, the Soviet player declared that land as mine. He still lost Katusha, which is a nice little benefit, especially when he has triple lag. You now have the Panther now getting repaired on up. Oh, anything related to you? I wasn't paying attention to your comment. When it comes to replays, nope. I haven't really played Company Heroes 2 online in a bit of a time, honestly.
Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here.
I mostly, if I spend any time on Company Heroes 2, it's generally messing around with my mod, which I'm slowly working on. It's just that I just don't have much time anymore. After all, there's a lot of things I want to get accomplished, and with streaming and, of course, my actual job, consumes a lot amount of my time. After all, work is 40 hours per week, minus driving. And streaming does take about another 20 hours out of my week per as well, in which I've been starting to get burnt out a little bit on streaming because it eats up a lot of extra time. 60-hour work weeks is very different than 40-hour work weeks. And while this is also a hobby as well as like a secondary job, it's still, it don't get the same amount of relaxation.
Supply sector under attack.
Infantry attacking in force.
Volksgrenadiers capturing the VP, Panther, wrong P word. This gun rolls a bounce there, S-35 rolls a miss. Never played Company Heroes 2? Yeah, it's a good game. I personally find Company Heroes 2 better than Company Heroes 1, but either way, whether or not if you disagree or agree with me, I will definitely say both games are better than Co 3. Thanks. Oh, you've been around for quite some time. MP40s push way forward. Yeah, I think 3 to 4 years ago I only had 200 subs. Now I've grown to 1,300. A lot of damage to the Panther. Panther is falling back. Rolls a miss there. Oh, I hear delay barrage. We do now have the Volksgrenadiers falling back. Taking severe damage there. T-3485 firing away. We do have a full squad wipe there. One MP40 squad fully wiped out. Is that the delayed fuse barrage? No, it's not. Incendiary barrage onto the 120mm mortar. Does pack on up to get on out of there.
We are at 200 points.
Secondary Panther on the build queue, which would be a decent counter versus these forces. The thing as well, when it comes to anti-tank units, they're a counter unit. They don't really provide much field control other than denying your opponent's field control. I'm going to sneeze. My apologies. Oh yeah, no Observatsen. Nor even flamethrower Sturm Pioneers with this doctrine. Good hits there. MP40 bolts capture the VP. Panther pushed away forward. It is Specialty 2. Oh, good Panzerfaust there. Good timing there. S-35 putting some holes in the Panther. Panther backing on off now. And the Volkswagens do capture the sector. The OKW player is down 170 VPs versus 350. There's 28cm rocket barrage, consuming the rest of his available munitions. So no more munitions past Faust does get annihilated there. That's non-common. Right now, the standard meta is just conscripts as the opener. Though, of course, you do see Penals more often against OKW. Got some bounce there, Panther straight forward. Actually, 2-1, takes some hits there, taking a bit more hits. Finds passive bounce there, that won't really matter all too much unless he gets 2 hits. Yep, the Shrimp Pioneer did not support that fight. Future Barrage now running in. This Panther Mage on Blitzon out of there. This other one's getting repaired on up. Can't cancel that ability. Gets a pen there, and there goes this T-35 to the eventually to Panther. This Panther advances forward with its rear armor exposed. It has more health to tango with the T-3485, so it's okay, but not a great idea to do that. Mark target now being put on the field. Doom Pioneer is going to stick around. Gotta be careful with the whole mountain machine gun. And looks like T-3485 will be killed off by the Panther. Panther's being back on off, and now he knows one has 2 Panthers on the field. Maybe a good idea not to pull out any more T-34s until the Panthers are gone. If he just doesn't pull any vehicles, and the Panthers don't have anything to shoot at, or anything proper at least. And it barely escapes on out of there. Still no blitz. Oh no, he's getting caught up in terrain, and now he's dead. Most meta players are quite weak in terms of strategy. True, but conscript spam has always been quite effective. Especially with certain doctrines, you can help mix out your strategy. 120mm mortars is a good replacement for the regular mortar, and does accompany Penals quite well. Trust me, when it comes to off meta, I basically play 3v3s, and I always play off meta. Most Osh-tier, 5-man pioneers, flamethrowers, German infantry, half-tracks. I love the German infantry doctrine. Skip tier 1, and somebody who just skipped tier 2. And go straight for Panzer IVs. But tier 2 is quite handy for Pack 40s, of course. As well, even going for a pair of 222s is quite handy as well.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
There's actually sometimes some games I actually don't pull out single Grenadier or Panzer Grenadier. And usually rely on G43 Stormtroopers or 5-man Flamethrower Pioneers. For me, when it comes to my thought process in this game, how to put it? There are units I want to assert dominance with, and there's units I want to counter my opponent's strategy. I try to go for a mix of both, provide the adequate amount of counters while able to pull out units where I feel I can put power into. Yep, the flare mines are, I think you're referring to. The flare mine is excellent ability, and I don't think people spam that ability out enough. Granted, it was nerfed in the last patch, where going from 10 munitions to 15 munitions, but still an incredibly powerful ability. It still wipes out 1 model compared to a landmine, which wipes out 2 models for 30 munitions, so same cost effectiveness, but much more spammable. Every time you capture a sector, you should perhaps spam out a flare mine. When you have 600 manpower or 600 munitions. Obasadotson does fall back there. Siscon rotated around, gets good hits on the Panthers. Nobody players lost most of his forces. There is a booby trap here, which could be very useful. Consequence could try for another ET grenade, which may give him enough damage so one more Siscon will get the pen. Finds the booby trap there, but both Siscons penned and destroys the Panther. Now, since both Panthers are now eliminated, the Soviet player can start pulling out some tanks. It'll be safe enough to do so. And I was impartial towards the T-34-76. It offers great infantry support and able to provide some decent firepower against vehicles.
Taking fire! Your predecessor died. Over there!
Enough munitions to kill all 40 models. Let's see. Let's assume 15.
We have enemy contact.
Actually, 30 is an easy number to calculate. So 30, 600 divided by 30, which is 20. Yep, you're right, 40 models. And by the way, as well,
100 points remain.
he has this
The assault.
bulletin to make them be a little bit cheaper. Wait, landmines are 35 munitions rather than 30, so the flare mine's actually more cost-effective than the TM35. But of course, this does make them cheaper, but he has a lot of things to make it a bit more convenient. And also the grenade. Good grenade. T-34-85 now pulling a field. These OKW players learn to transition to some Obsolescence and replaces lost infantry, going for another Panther. The Panther probably is the best item to help round out this composition for an ATE vehicle, but I also am a bit more impartial to the Jagdpanzer. Yeah, what's the reinforcement? Reinforcement rate of Grenadiers is 30. I can't remember what conscripts are. And he's reinforced every single. I can't take a look. Let's just say 3 is like, what? 22? 22.5? Let's assume 20 for easy mathematics. 200 manpower? He's already struggling for every drop of manpower he has at the moment, so... Actually, no, 40 times... Oh, wait, that's 800. Nope. Yeah, that would be 800. Let's assume it's 20, and that would be 800 manpower. And he's already struggling for every drop of manpower he already had. Or no, that's the Soviet player. 800 manpower, yeah, that would deny deployment to the Obsolescence. Assuming they detonate. He doesn't have Sturm Pioneers, so there's a good chance those would detonate. Obsolescence now falling on back. Incendiary barrage there. Panther gets a hit there. 120mm mortars from the VT crew. Good hits there. Conscripts not charging forward for a AT grenade, but they're about to get wiped on out as well. Does fall back there. Katusha now pushes away, or another Katusha. Katusha number 3. Put it there onto the flag. Destroys one as well. His third one may have been also destroyed as well, because I only see this one existing. The other two, we know one went down here. I think that was a Panther carcass. So I'm not sure where the other one may have went. Oh, that may be it right there.
We have taken the enemy down to 50
Yep, that
points.
looks like similar carcass. So yeah, both of them got destroyed. This one's almost dead as well.
Enemy forces are capturing our
Yep,
supplies.
double Sturm Pioneer. Sturm Pioneers do, well, they're great in the early game, but they really fall off pretty quickly. And he needs, yeah, doesn't really need double Sturm Pioneers. He doesn't need even single squad Sturm Pioneers at the moment. He does have the mechanized HQ for repairs. Not a great source of repairs, but a source of repairs. Get some good hits there. AT grenade does connect. Mark target there. OKW players can rip apart. Put it there onto the Panther. He finally gets the Kenworth on the field. Gets a bounce there. Can't be moving forward like that. There goes the Panther. And does drive around. No landmines. I think the Soviet player or the OKW player has a single landmine in this game. If I usually go for a double Sturmpioneer opener, I usually go for Jaeger Light Infantry. Go 2 Sturmpioneers, Kriegswagen, into double Jaeger Light Infantry. Trying to play a ring around the roads to avoid the Kenwerfer, but took a lot of extra damage there from sheer Panzer Porters. And he's just wary of landmines, but with our cast division, we know there are no landmines. So, he can withdraw nice and safely there. He can withdraw nice and safely there. Away from there.
Yes, comrade. Enemy forces capturing supplies.
Speaking about reinforcement, Obsatsen, what? Yeah, 40 manpower. So now's the time to pull out landmines against Obsatsen. Few doctrines with super cheap landmines, 7 or so. Is that many doctrines now of the PMD mines? I remember all the doctrines. The PMD mines are pretty nice. I really wish they... There's also a reason why I made it my mod, where they've actually built like S minefields, because they're actually a really pain in the ass to build out in the field. Because it's hard to spam click everything. MP40 squad needs to fall back.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Oh yeah, a single Sturmpioneer can't lay down all those mines, yeah. Do now the repair ability there, making good use of that. He has plenty of munitions for it. Another squad of Volks. I don't see another squad of Volks being useful. He needs a Jagdpanzer, he needs another Verkenwerfer. I assume the other one's just... It's probably just decrewed, not fully wiped out. But he has already 3 squads of Obsatsen, he doesn't need another squad of Volks. So he does need anti-infantry. Even his Obsatsen having trouble against all these conscripts. They're vet 3, these Obsatsen are unvetted. Obsatsen unvetted are still pretty good, but eventually the conscripts are doing quite good work, who somehow does not have the 7-man squad upgrade. Oh, no grenade there. Does avoid it. And that 100mm mortar put some good holes there. The 100mm mortars always just feels a nice thing to have. And we get 2 of them, they become quite deadly. But then again, most stuff works quite well in pairs. I always have a rule of 2. If you like the performance of 1, 2 is the most optimal performance. Getting 3 tends to be overkill. I just don't know why. If units work in pairs of 2, they just work. They just do quite well. Then again, a 2v1 and units fighting against each other is always quite powerful. But 220mm mortars, they put holes in everything. 2 AT guns, they will 2-shot medium tanks, assuming they both hit and pen. 2 artillery pieces like Left 18s. 1 doesn't feel like it does ultra well. 2 feel like it does quite good. Obsatsen squad now falling back. Another Katyusha barrage raining on in. Is Wehrmacht? Yep. Wehrmacht mortars do quite well in 2s. Also, Soviet PM mortars, PMD or PM mortar, PM42 mortars are actually pretty good as well. Their high accuracy make them a very nice thing to pair up with each other. Wehrmacht mortars are more of the... They actually have higher scatter than the Soviet mortar, but higher rate of fire. That's the key what makes Wehrmacht mortars lethal. It's a higher rate of fire, which means more chances to hit, as opposed to higher accuracy, which means more likely to hit. And usually it's just one mortar that gets a good hit. The other mortar tends to get a partial hit. And so when they both combo together, they get really good damage. Ooh. Engineer does fall back there. OKW layer down 16. Panther pushes way forward. We'll say hi. Oh, there's the down of the Kenilworth. Good Sis gun hits there. The Bull Efficiency 2, which does, of course, give them increased weapon rate of fire and accuracy. Not pen, though. Mark target there. The T-45 should be able to finish him off. And goes out of control there. Obsassin may be able to capture up this tie. It's going to cut it close. He does capture that sector in time. He may just want to get the 4-man squad there. He has a dog on the point with 1 command point. That is, or 1 VP. That is not a whole lot of reserve. Bishop Barrage now raining on in. City Barrage also hitting, gets good damage. Using high explosive barrages from the Zis guns. Yep. He's just keeping a reserve. He doesn't really need much more to put on the field. He can always deploy out some more T-34s, but right now he's just been keeping reserve, which actually does keep his manpower income a bit higher. Of course, it's always generally a good idea to pull out your resources. The biggest problem is, it's not necessarily the manpower float, the fuel float right now for me that's bugging me, it's just the munitions float. I generally play Wehrmacht, and Wehrmacht loves munitions, as well as fuel, and manpower. You can always use a capture mode on the T-3485 as well. Also, a frag grenade there. That's going to be a nice frag grenade.
Target vehicle marking available.
But those were acceptable losses. T-35 pushed me forward. The OKW player has no counter on the field. Some rounds there. And it's definitely going to be over. He has nothing to stop this capture. And about 1 second after, or less than a second, there's Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay."